I'm getting well sloppy at film and stuff. Put you on a tripod. So I've been busy getting this roof ready. Obviously, made the roof. I've had to redo moulds, haven't I? So we had to redo the roof mould because I changed the shape of the roof after the mould that I had. So I had to make another roof mould and then make the roof. So I've been busy trimming this up, getting this ready for fitting, taking the seam out of it, took a little skimmer filler there, obviously sorting out all the edges, tidying up these bits because there was still a few undulations in it. It's looking really good now. Bring you around here and show you what I've done over at the front. Obviously, I said about this area before, where it comes into the window pillar, where the roof meets the window pillar. In this case, Paul wants that flushed in. Now on my car it's not flushed in, I could flush it in, but my idea was to make a carbon fibre trim to go over here, which covers that join and saves you having to do this bit of bodywork in here, which is tricky because you've got your window rubber right there, you've got your door rubber right there, and you know you're working on a filler blend in there. So that's like its narrowest point, that's why I took it down to there. So that's the least bit of filler work to do. If you do it further up, then there's more work to do. Obviously we're going to seal the roof down at the front and all the way around. I cut it a little bit, see I've got a little bit too much of a gap there. It should just be on it, but it's a touch too much. Just trimmed it a bit too far. That needs to sit in behind that rubber like so, and then that goes forward and sits in behind the rubber, and then obviously you just seal around there. A couple of bolts there and there, and sealer, and bonded down at the front. So yeah, I've thinned the fiberglass down at those corners anyway. I'll have to do something to hold that down while it's bonding. So I might just put a Cleco in there just to hold it. I'm gonna cut that bit a little bit far back, but it's all right because it gets filled anyway. So this is all right around here. So yeah, that's where the roof's at. It's not far off ready. Needs 180'd and a little bit of tweaking, but I've been making moulds. So obviously I wanted to reconstruct the side skirts as well, so I've had to make new moulds of those. So that's the mould for the passenger side completed, the driver's side's nearly there. Made some arches, those are for the next car actually, because we've done the arches on this one already. So these are fresh out of the mould. We've done a second set for the next kit that's going. In the fiberglass room, like I say, not quite complete. This needs trimmed, fences off, and then all the return edges done. So that's the main body of it done now though. It's cured now as well, so I can trim that and then get on with the next bit. So I'm sort of multitasking really, bouncing about between when something's drying, I'm backwards and forwards. Keep them moving forward anyway. Paul's not been able to come up, and he's going to come up and pick some bits up and have a look, see how we're getting on. But I'm behind schedule anyway. But now, by the end of today, I'll have all my moulds. I'm saying I'll have all my moulds. I've got the moulds for the rear lights to do, because we're going to do a rear light delete, as it were, so that you don't have to use the Sierra lights, but you can if you want to, so keeping the same reveal. So basically we're going to make a fiberglass lens that you can then fit any light into. So I've got that to do, and I've got the front arches to finish off as well, make moulds of them and make them some parts. But it's not going to be long before we're getting ready for paint anyway, so once this roof's on, get the side skirts out, the new moulds, then I can get the rear clam on. Jonathan's doing the new hinges and brackets as we speak. They should be just about ready same time for us getting all these other bits done. So cushy, yeah, it's getting there. It's not going to be long before it's painted, obviously relatively, and then on to the next one. So yeah, what's going on down here? Not a lot really. My kit still hasn't arrived from Swarovski Motorsport. I know they've had problems with the looms. They've sent it out. They've sent them out to be done, and so the looms aren't quite completed yet. But I'm in no mad hurry though, because the car's sitting here looking very sorry for itself at the minute. I've got the roof to repair. I've got all this foil tape to get off, which is an absolute nightmare. I've got a couple of chunks of fiberglass bitten out of it, paint to sort on the roof. I'm just going to put these skirts that I used for the new moulds, I'm just going to put these back onto that. All right. So that all, and the front bumper that I've made for making the new mould as well, that can go onto that. That leaves two door skins and the rear clam and the bonnet to make for it, and that'll be back together. So not much to do really, is there? But yeah, just keep on plodding on, see how far we can get by the end of the day. I haven't been filming much at all. I was here till about 10 o'clock last night. But yeah, just because I'm all over the place. It's just awkward filming, and when you're fiberglassing as well, covered in fiberglass, you can't even touch the camera. Right, put it back on the tripod. It's fine on the driver's side, but when I'm positioning it correct at the front, I'm having to pull it forward a little bit, and it wants to spring back, and what's happening is when I'm pulling it forward to where it needs to be at the front, this back corner's lifting up, so there's a little bit of pressure in this back corner, so I just need to give that a bit of a clear out. I've had a couple of hacks at it already off camera. Need to find my mask. Well, I can't really go any further than that, so if it's not enough, then I'll just have to clamp it down under pressure and make it go forwards. It goes, it's a bit tight. The front has to be there because I don't want like a double lip on the sealer edge on there, and it needs to be that far forward to fit that, so like around the window, so it has no choice. So I'll fix it at the front and then fix it at the back. Right, next thing to do with this is get the window sitting in it nice, and then got an edge to sort out there, and then we're almost, I was going to say we're almost at the stage of fitting it, but we're not, because once I've got all this ready, sanded, shaped and ready to fit onto the car, window sorted and everything, the next thing I've got to do is fit the roof lining, so the inside of the roof skin is going to be trimmed before it's mounted onto the car. Mine hasn't been done, and it's going to be a right pain in the arse to do it, you know, doing it all upside down, so at least with it off the car I can flip it over, trim the roof, much easier job of it, and then put that onto the car, bond it on and do all me external bits after that. No point doing the trimming until I've got to this stage, because the lining would just get full of dust. Getting there, bit of work to do on this window reveal though. Turned around and deked outside. I was like, whoa, look at that. Like, I don't know what colour that's picking up on the camera, but it's like peachy pink here. Smart. That's me touching the screen, just changes it, doesn't it? Try pressing over there. There we go. Yeah, cool, you get some nice sunsets out here. So this edge now, so this is the mould, and that's the part, that's the top edge of the side skirt, and we've now got the front moulded, but I need to include this section as well. Now up till now we've had those fences glued onto here so that we could create this wall, so that we can then create another layer on there, put bolts in there, and then once it all comes to bits, I've now got a face to then mould up to create that lip there. I think that made sense. So obviously I don't want to cause any damage to this top bit if I can help it, because that'll translate into the mould. I'm going to pick that plasticine out as well. Cheers. So now I need to spread some little fences. They're more like, they're really there to stop. I need to be able to fiberglass past the edge of there so that you don't get a dry edge when you cut it back. So you need a bit extra runoff for that. And I also need to be able to bung up these holes as well. So that'll go in there. So there's the one for there. That goes in there, that one goes across there. I'm going to glue them in place. I'm just waiting on the glue gun warming up. Love a glue gun. I was in Thomas Graham's yesterday, today, getting some bits, and it's like Carlisle's biggest tool supplier, you know, hardware, and it's massive. Like they've got all sorts. but they didn't have any glue sticks or glue guns. I was quite surprised and disappointed at the same time. It's a right awkward one to, needs to be very accurately positioned. I'm going to glue one bit and then I think I'm just, no, it's still not warm enough. So I've been getting quite a few inquiries for the kits. It's interesting, everybody's wanting them built. That's been the common theme. Yes, that's hot. So yeah, the building thing, that's a good thing. You know, it's what I wanted really. I don't want to make body kits. I want to build cool cars. It's just, you know, sometimes you can't do one without the other, I guess. Not much of a run off there, but be enough. So the roof's now fitted up, it's bolting up, everything's fitting right. I've ground through that corner there because it was tight, so I'll repair that once it's on. It's now upside down, sanded and blown off, ready to put the lining on, and then once the lining's on then we can fit the roof permanently. That line there is to, that's where the bar goes. So the material that we've got is in 2 1 metre wide lengths, so it goes across that way but it doesn't go all the way that way, so I'm gonna have to put a seam in. So I'm looking to see if I can get that along that line, but I don't know whether I'm gonna. We'll have to measure it up and see. I'll lay it on there.
Where's your glue?
Around the corner. I'll go and get it in a sec. It's just gonna have to join where it goes, isn't it? Doesn't need to come back to there, so I'm gonna come to, it can go to there but I don't want it on there, so can go up that far. Yeah, what do we do with these?
I think you
might get away with it just with like a couple of cuts. Might just need a little cut in it to. I'm gonna get a tape measure, and does your side need to go forward a little bit, just to line up there?
So once you start stretching this around here, it pulls it back out.
Ah, right, yeah. So as long as that's up to there. So I think if we spray one side first and do it side to side, that's what I'm thinking anyway, and then just peel it back. Glue. Now we'll get it positioned first. That's just, it's like it's moved a bit there. That's just going to stick to it. Yeah, you want the roller, the metal roller, the washer one. If I'm going to use one, I'll use that one, I think. That's because the roof's curved in the way, you see. Oh, well, just put that, flatten it up.
It's not sticking.
Maybe wants to go. Maybe wants. Let's have a look at it.
No, you need to string
Wow, that's.
You need to do both. I know. I've done my roof lining.
I think I'll get some 2-inch tape. Run it up. So I cut all the bars out, like there's 2 bars that go across there that I cut out, but that one stays in because it needs to brace the window frame. So I've just carpeted that separately just so it's looks all in the same. Sorted, man. Quality little carpeting mission. Completed. So that's what the roof looks like. Now from there, you can see a line, but it goes underneath the bar. But from there, it looks great, doesn't it? And then you come around here, and it does some mad flip paint. So turns out we should have had that rotated round the other way, but it is what it is, it's there now. I don't think you'll be able to tell at all because there's a bar splits it up anyway, going across the middle of it, and it's upside down inside a dark car, so I don't think it'll be a problem, but something to be aware of next time if the stuff comes in 2 bits. It was nice having Carl come and help us. Where's he at? Where's he gone? He's there, he's hiding. Carl used to work for us at Back Cars. He's a painter, but he's been badly, so he's not working now. A really good painter though, so we're just talking about how he could possibly get back into doing cars with. He's got a heart condition, so yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Like something like that happening to you, and take it like what happened to me. You know what I mean? Some like my lungs burst, and all of a sudden, like you can't do the things that you used to do anymore. So I'm super lucky that I'm able to still do what I'm doing. But Cal's trying to work out how he can do what he loves doing as well. So anyway, I'm going to call that a video because that card's almost full, and Coobs wants to edit some stuff. So thanks for watching, subscribing, pressing buttons, all that good stuff, commenting, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. I should be putting the roof on next, and it's not going to be long now before the car's together. So both the moulds are finished now. I've got to trim one of them and set them up. So tomorrow, if I'm here tomorrow, I haven't checked, but tomorrow I'll be making the 2 side skirts, and then I'm going to be able to put the car together. So yeah, lots of progress. Right, bye for now.